everyone, I'm Ebony and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do my first stitch with me, so bear with me. It's a new setup and it's took me forever to try and get comfortable, to get the camera to do what I want it to do. So we're just going to roll with it and see what it turns out like. So yeah, I'm not in my usual stitchy spot. I'm in my dining room. I've put my project on a larger Q-snap and I'm using my Lowry frame. So this project is called Sweet Summertime and it's charted by Contemporary Cross and the artwork is by Andrea Lavery or Lavery. This is 25 count, 1/1 full cross, and I'm currently at 3.98%. So this one was next up in the rotation for 2000 stitches. So I thought I would... Sorry, did you hear that? That was my husband. He's in the living room. He's been given strict instructions to be quiet and do not come in here. Yeah, so this project was next up, so I thought I would do a stitch with me. I've been wanting to do one for quite a bit and I just couldn't figure out the setup that I wanted, or that I needed even. And my lovely friend Nicola from Nicola Simply a Stitcher, she does a lot of stitch with me's and lives and all sorts, so I asked her and she very kindly helped me. So here we are. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk you through what's been going on, talk you through some things that will be going on, and just have a bit of a chat. So here in the UK, the kids went back to school. Well, mine did. So my son went back to school yesterday, was his first day. So our routine has changed a little. And yeah, so stitching time is a little bit different. But nothing too drastic. He was super tired when he got home from school yesterday. So, and we had quite a busy evening as well, so I didn't get much stitching done yesterday, but swings and roundabouts. Sometimes I get more and sometimes I get less. But he's got some different after school clubs and stuff this year, so we'll have to see how that works out. So what I really wanted to talk to you about was plans for 2023. So I was planning on my spreadsheets and I watched Kim Hollenbach's video. She is Kim Hollenbach on YouTube. I'll link her channel below. She's Spartan Stitcher on Instagram and she is admin for Full Coverage Fanatics. So she this year is in charge of organising all the challenges and games for the Facebook group. So I watched her video and I've also been watching Siski's video from Siski Ellen on YouTube, and it kind of sparked a bit of, I wouldn't say, it made me feel like it could be a good way to get some progress on some focus pieces. I don't want targets for every piece. I've done that before and it's too much to have too many goals, I think, for me. So I thought it's going to be 2025, and as Kim says in a video, let's mark the quarter century and do something fun. So I decided to choose 5 projects for 2025 to have some goals on. And I have used a mixture of the Full Coverage Fanatics group challenges and one from Siski. So I'm not sure. I mean, these plans are not set in stone yet. They're just what I've been thinking about, the projects that I want to focus on. Because if I carry on starting as much as I am, then I really need to be focusing on a select few to try and keep some kind of balance, even though I've got a lot more starts planned. Also, sorry if you can hear the aeroplanes. We live right under the flight plan. So we're used to the noise. I kind of forgot that might be a factor. So I'm hoping that's not too noisy for you. So I'll list the 5 focus pieces first, and then I will go through what my plan for each one is, and if it's from Full Coverage Fanatics, I'll say that, and if it's from Siski's channel, I'll also mention that too. So the 5 projects I want to focus on next year are Mini Together in Paris from Isabella Karolowicz, Mini City Life New York from artworks by Isabella Karolowicz, Grace artwork by Isabella Karolowicz, and Wildlife of Predator, which is a Luca S. kit, and A Beautiful Place, which is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. The Isabella Karolowicz pieces are charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. All the projects I mention and the one I'm working on I will link below. So I'll work my way down the list and talk about what those plans are and how I'm going to fit them in. So for Mini Together in Paris, that will be my focus on a finish for next year. I'm hoping to get as close as I can this year to make it easier for next year. So Full Coverage Fanatics, I think they host every year a focus on a finish. Now I probably won't post in the group, but I'm just kind of using their titles, I suppose, and their ideas. So what I'm going to do, especially for the rest of this year and probably into next year, will be to pull that piece out every rotation. So I consider a rotation the 2 weeks in between my videos. So every 2 weeks that will come out for 2,000 stitches until it is done. So that will be before the end of next year. I don't want to stretch it out till December just for the sake of it, if I can get it done. I think that takes me to early August if I do 2,000 every 2 weeks. So that'll be my focus for a finished piece. Then I'll talk about Wildlife of Predator. So that is a kit. It is on 16 count. It's fairly easy to work on. And that is going to be my future focus on a finish. So as with all of these projects, I'm kind of like teeing them up, ready to be a focus. So there's always one next in line that isn't too far away. So as it is a future focus on a finish, that will come out every rotation and get 1,000 stitches. and that will leave me for the once the mini Together in Paris is done, that'll leave me the option to use that as my next focus on a finish, because I don't want to focus on a finish that has got hundreds of thousands of stitches left. I'm just going to be parking down below while I'm filming, and I'll just snip them short. Give me a minute. Yeah, so I want it to be achievable for the next focus on a finish. Now, the next one on my list is A Beautiful Place. That is the Stitch is So Beautiful sal that I'm doing with a bunch of other ladies. And we came up with our own challenge a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago now. And that was a map challenge. So it was to stitch from our location to everyone else's who is in the sal to their location. So, for example, from my house or my area to Sarah's, there is 36 miles, so not far at all. But then from my house to Tanya's house in New Zealand, there is like 11,000 miles. So that will be 11,000 stitches. So if you add up from my location to everybody else's location, it is around about 43,000 stitches or miles that I'll be stitching. So I thought it appropriate to use A Beautiful Place for that challenge, seeing as though it is that sal that I am. That's how our paths crossed in the first place. So yeah, I'll be putting it in that, and that will get that to a good position as well to be a future focus on a finish. So as you can see, I am just kind of picking projects and teeing them up for the next focus on a finish. So that'll be a fun challenge to do. I'm excited about that. I'm not sure how I'm going to work it. I think when I divided it up, it makes it so if I take it out every rotation, I should be aiming for about 1900 stitches each rotation. So I might just do that, and then once I get to say 36 stitches and that's a location, I take it off the list, and then I do work my way up until the big number at the bottom, which is Tanya's. Tanya's channel, by the way, is Stitching Addicted here on YouTube. If you want to go and check her out, you probably already know who I'm talking about. So there is that challenge, which I thought would be quite fun to incorporate into next year's plans. The next one is Mini City Life New York, and I can see a bit of floor. That one will be my 25 in 25 piece. So Full Coverage Fanatics are doing a 25 in 25 challenge next year, and it is a more flexible challenge, so you can choose any which way you want to do it. You can do 25,000 stitches in 2025. You can do 25 pages. You can colour complete 25 colours. You can do whatever suits you. So I chose 25,000 stitches for Mini City Life New York. When I worked out doing 25 stitches, 25,000 stitches. It was actually one of the lower goals, so I was quite happy with that. And it would be nice to do a 25 in 25 kind of thing. I was thinking about that before, but I didn't know which way I wanted it to go. But I think when I worked it out, 25% of that chart is less than 25,000 stitches. I think it's like 19,000 stitches. So I chose the higher stitch amount and thought I'll try and get a little bit more done. And then the last piece I'll be focusing on will be Grace. So Grace is a larger project than the other focuses. It is about 230,000 stitches altogether. A lot of it is background, but still a lot of stitches to be done. So as I was watching Siski's games video, what her stitchy games and things that she's come up with, she was talking about having temperature whips, and she had a different whip for each temperature, and each day, whichever temperature it was, she would stitch on the whip that was assigned to that temperature. Now, like I said, I want to focus next year on a few pieces, so it would make no sense for me to put a big list of whips and everything's just getting a little bit here and there and nothing's really getting focused on. I still will be working on my other projects, but these will be the ones that come out first. So I decided the way it was going to work for me was what I'm going to do is each day, now if my plans are going to change, this might be the one that changes because daily stitching isn't something that has worked for me in the past, but I'm hoping that, you know, I enjoy getting some slow, regular progress on a piece. So how it's going to work, oh, I need to frog that stitch. How it's going to work is I will take the temperature for the day, the average temperature. I will multiply it by 10. Yeah, I'll multiply it by 10 and then I will stitch that amount. So if the average temperature is 11 degrees, I will do 110 stitches on Grace and see how far I can get throughout the year. And they're the 5 projects that I feel like, I mean, the Isabella Koala Witch pieces, they are priorities. They're not urgent in any stretch, but they're more of a priority than some of the other ones because they're for my home. So I would much rather finish something that is going to be up and framed and in my home rather than something that I'm not going to know what to do with and could potentially be in a box for a long period of time. So they're the ones that I chose. Let's see, which colour do I want to stitch next? Yeah, we'll do a colour that's got a lot of stitches so I don't have to cut my thread again. And it's on the colour 3852. So I'm really excited for next year to see what stitching we get done, and since starting my floss shoe I've made loads of new friends, so it's interesting to hear what they're doing and feel more part of the stitching community, so that's been lovely. So we'll see what everyone gets up to. I have got some new starts planned, but nothing that is set in stone. There's one for my sister, so the sister that I had 3 sisters. So the sister that I stitched the lion for, she's now picked a leopard that she wants as like a companion piece, and it's from Mod Stitch again. It's a lot smaller than the lion, but I'm unsure whether I'm going to start that this year or wait for next year. Her birthday is in early January, so I could start it on her birthday or around her birthday. I'm not sure. Or do I want to start it this year and try and get it done as quickly as I can? Sorry, my tummy's rumbling. I've been in work today, and I had some lunch, but usually I will have some fruit as well. But there was so much going on that I just had I've been having a pitta with like, obviously a filling like ham or chicken and salad. So I'm a bit hungry now. As many of you know as well, I have been on a weight loss journey. So I go to Slimming World, and I've been doing quite well. I've not been doing like anything crazy, but I've lost 1 stone and 3.5 pounds so far. So that's about 17.5 pounds. So I'm really pleased with that. I've still got more to go, but I'm so sorry, my tummy. Yeah, it's a good start, and I'm feeling a lot better in myself. A lot more confidence. To be fair, my confidence over the last couple of years, over the last year, I'd say, it's grown in ridiculous amounts. So I used to be really shy and quite self-conscious, and I still have those tendencies. But last year I wanted to go to a stitching retreat, and I was kind of too nervous to go, too shy, not confident enough to go. And by the time it was sign up time, I was like, right, that's it, I'm just going to go and bite the bullet, and it could be the worst thing I ever do and I might hate it, but it's something I want to try. So I booked myself in and I went on my own, and I absolutely loved it. I had a ball. So that is something a couple of years ago that would never have even crossed my mind, to go and do something like that on my own. My whole family was like, what? You're going on your own? Yes, and I did, and I was so proud of myself. And then the confidence it takes to start a Flosstube again is huge. It is so nerve-wracking. You're putting yourself out there to the world. You're on camera. Let me just get a quick drink. Sorry, it's my voice goes really hoarse when I'm filming. I mustn't usually talk this much. It feels like it goes really deep. So yeah, you're putting yourself out there in front of everybody, for everybody to see your flaws, or and everyone's got an opinion. And I thought, you know what? It's something I want to do. And it turns out I absolutely love it. I love filming. I love interacting with everybody. I can't wait to get to my next video, which is another reason why I've started, I'm hopefully in the future going to do more stitch with me's, so I can catch up with you guys before my next video. There still will be my regular update this Friday, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, I've come out of my comfort zone a lot the last year or so, and I feel like I'm all the better for it, to be honest. My low confidence was holding me back in a way, and I'm glad that I'm kind of pushing my own boundaries and doing things that I wouldn't have done otherwise. So I'm very proud of myself. And the reason why I got onto confidence was because losing a bit of weight has also boosted my confidence. So yeah, very proud of myself recently. So on my lap stand in my living room, there is Mini Together in Paris on there at the minute. So I'm working on getting that one to 2,000 stitches, and hopefully this one to 2,000 stitches before my floss tube on Friday. Today is Tuesday, so I'm hoping. The Mini Together in Paris has almost reached its goal, and then I've literally just pulled this one out for this video. So yeah, we'll see. But I've got to a lot of projects this couple of weeks. I'm not sure why or how, but there seems to be a ton. I think there's about 9 or 10, maybe 11. So we'll see how things go, but if there is that many projects every 2 weeks, then it might be wise to bring floss tubes a bit closer together, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, I just want to also talk about my floss tube extra that I filmed about my new storage system, so, and how I get up. So firstly, I just want to say thank you for everyone's kind comments, and I wasn't sure if it would really be of use to anybody or any interest, but yeah, it was received really well. So I want to thank you all for lovely comments and just for giving it a watch. I know a lot of people aren't interested in extra videos, they just want to see the stitching updates, which is absolutely fine, but I would like there to be an option for the people that do like them. It's like, not everybody likes stitch with me's. I like some, personally, I like some. It depends. It depends what mood I'm in, it depends if there's talking or not talking, it depends what they're talking about. And I do like to join Nicola's live stream. She does 2 a week. She does one on a Wednesday and on a Sunday. They're both at 7:30 p.m. They're really fun, everyone's really nice. So if you do get a chance to join in, I am usually there, depending on, you know, if I'm busy with family commitments, then obviously I can't. But if I'm not, then I do like to join, have a bit of a chat, and get some stitching done with Nicola. Because I do feel like when somebody else is stitching, whether it's on a live or on a pre-recorded stitch with me, that it is like having company while you stitch, and I really like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I wasn't sure how easy or hard it was going to be to film and stitch, because usually when I'm stitching, I'm not talking. I'm either watching Flosstube or I'm watching something with my husband. I'm just sat there stitching away. I mean, if there's a conversation, I do talk, but sitting here continuously talking and, you know, thinking of the next topic, I wasn't sure how that was going to go. So yesterday, right, you're going to think I'm absolutely mad, but yesterday when the boys were out, I decided to practice. So I was sat in the front room with my stitching, and I was just stitching away and chatting away to myself. And I was just talking basically just about what I wanted to talk about today. And yeah, I don't think I made any mistakes. I hope so. I mean, if I go back and realise, oh my God, I've done all this stitching wrong, I will not be happy. But I think we're okay. So if you watch my regular Flosstubes, you might know that this project, last time I pulled it out, I wasn't really, it's not that I wasn't enjoying it, but I wasn't as excited to stitch on it or as motivated to get progress as some of my other pieces, and I wasn't sure what to do. And then I thought to myself, well, I spoke about it on that video, that I would work my way across to the bee, because it was the bee that drew me to the piece in the first place. So that is what I'm doing, but I don't really want to just like hop, skip and jump with a million gaps to the bee. I would rather fill it in and just head that way. So that is what I am doing. I'll probably keep it the same like depth as my previous stitches, and then when I can see the bee in Pattern Keeper, I can decide if I want to skip over and do a bit of that and a bit of this, what I'm doing now, or if I want to stay true to working my way without any gaps. Now you can see up here there is gaps here. I fill them in when I feel like it. So depending, like in this situation, I don't really want to be rethreading every 2 minutes. It's my first stitch with me, and I wasn't sure how I was going to get on with it. So I thought I'll pick a colour that, like this one goes all the way down here, and then this one goes, well, this colour that I'm stitching now goes all the way across. It's this big mustard coloured flower. But this will get filled in when I'm in the mood to do a bit of confetti or single stitches or whatever you want to call it. Oh, my tummy's going again. I'm gonna cook us what am I cooking tonight? Cajun chicken burgers, homemade Cajun chicken burgers with some garlic and like roasted potatoes. They are some world friendly, that whole meal is. So yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight, and I keep thinking about it, and I think that's why my stomach's rumbling. Oh my God, I'm really sorry. It's embarrassing. I'm hoping also that the audio is okay, because I feel like I'm talking very quietly, but because the phone is a lot closer to me than it is when I am filming a floss tube, I didn't want to be like, you know, shouting down the microphone to you, giving you all a headache. So I'm hoping that I'm not too quiet. So we'll see. Oh, I'm also using a new to me kind of needle. So these, can you see? Pony, what are they? Pony tapestry needles. These were recommended to me by Stacey, who is Stay Stitches. And they're a lot smaller than I am used to. But they're very cheap on Amazon. I think they're like £1.15 a pack. So I bought like 5 packs. And some more floss cards. Oh God, I'm going to have to go soon because that is just getting out of control. Yeah, when I first started stitching with it, I thought, geez, that's small. What the hell am I going to do? Especially as I've just got my nails done, I thought, oh, I'm already fingers and thumbs already. But it's quite nice to work with, actually. Trying to tuck that tail in. It'll get caught in one of the stitches up here. Yeah, quite nice to work with. I rust through needles fairly quickly, so I want something that doesn't rust too quickly. So we'll see how this one goes. And also that isn't too expensive, because there is absolutely no point in me buying expensive needles that last me only a few days. It is really, I hate that happens to me, because I know that some people have the same needle for like years, and I wish I could, but after a few days I have to get rid of it because it goes all black and it goes like rough texture. So we'll see how these ones go. Previously I was using Bowen and Peacemakers, and I liked those, but Peacemakers are a bit more expensive. Bowen aren't too bad, but these are definitely cheaper, so we'll see how they go. But so far I'm really liking it. I'm liking the size. We'll see if I still think that when I drop one and it's tiny so I can't see it. I'll finish this thread and then I'll sign off for the day. But I'm glad I did this, actually. It gives me a chance to talk about things that when I'm filming a floss tube I don't necessarily feel like it's the right time or it's relevant or that everybody wants to hear it. Not that, I mean, you know, they're my videos, I can talk about what I want to. That's not what I'm getting at. But I don't want my videos to have just a lot of waffling. So it's nice to be able to just talk and not worry about, oh, is it getting too long? Am I going on a bit too much? Because the whole purpose of this stitch with me is for me to talk. Might be a load of rubbish, but yeah. So I'm hoping as well in the future to do a bit of stitching on a stitch with me on my other pieces. So I have my chatelaine and what my maiden of Tabata. Jeez, I can never say that. The only thing I worry about is they are complicated, especially the chatelaine, so I don't really want to make a mistake. But who knows, I might get more confident stitching on camera and might be a breeze. We shall see. Right, I'm going to end this video here just because of my stomach. For the next stitch with me, I'll definitely make sure I have something to eat beforehand, so you don't have to hear my rumblings. That doesn't look right. Just pull this stitch out. I am sat a bit a little bit further away than what I usually am from my stitching, so it's a bit difficult to see. These have a smaller eye, these needles. Just noticing now that they're a little bit more difficult to thread, but I managed it in the end. Right. Sounds like thunder. Right, I'm going to leave it here. Let's mark off these stitches quickly. This is what I'm like one last stitch, one last stitch. I'm going to go and work on Mini Paris later today. I get something to eat first though. Let's mark them off. So that's 180 stitches exactly. So I'm quite happy with that. So, as I say with all my videos, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting and subscribing. If you have any questions or anything to say, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this type of video, and do let me know if you do want to see more videos like this in the future, or if you prefer a regular update instead of, stitch with me. I mean, I'm going to be doing both. Anyway, I'm making a meal out of this. But yes, thank you so much. Thank you for keeping me company during my first stitch with me, and I will catch you on my next update video, which will be on Friday. So, bye!